Yo, 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 it's Big Game James. You know what it is. Everybody been waiting in the house to everybody in the building. Let me go ahead and get shout outs. You know what it is. It's Burgers and Blitzes. Week 2, 2-0. SmackDown's coming. My dog Mike White, but let me give the shout outs. What's up? M4D, M4N, Michael Autry, Kevin Hicks. Is that Marcus Marshall? I don't even know if that's the real one, but if it is, what's up with your dog? Action Pal. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Regina Green, how you doing? Los was good with you. The Ninja, my dog. Jamal Sims, Boothang, TJ. Let's get in the building. Y'all know what it is. Keep on coming in. We got a full house already coming, Mike. I told you bring them. But what's going on before we jump into this Cowboys? Woo, feeling good. But just talk to me. How you feeling about these? How you feeling?
I mean, it's been what it's it's what we've been talking about. If they go out there and handle business, I mean, we knew that
ain't losing.
We knew that the Eagles' regression was coming. There's only that was not a sustainable. That was like it was the Carson Wentz year. It was he didn't even have a year. He had 161 plays. It was the any bum can go out there and have a season. With I'm trying to think of dude in Jacksonville that was Dan Miles Jackney from going to a Super Bowl. Oh, Garbage Time Bortles. Garbage Time Bortles. Anybody can put a season.
And I brought that up too.
Anybody can put a season together, man. Anybody can. But to do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again, and right out the gate, I know it's early. I know it's super, super, super early, obviously. But we can only go off what we can go off of, right? I mean, I can't. I'm not going to sit here and talk about on pace stuff because that's garbage. On pace is, that's a fictional story. But a lot of these quarterbacks that were the next coming, the next Peyton Manning, the next Mahomes, the next this, the next that were supposedly so much better than Dak, supposedly so much better than, we can just draft a quarterback. Let's go get Trevor Lawrence. Well, look at him. Look what he did. What's Justin Herbert? Justin Herbert's 0-2 right now. Y'all want to put that on Kellen Moore? That's fine because Justin Herbert's a coward. Justin Herbert would.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on Kellen Moore too, though.
I understand that, but Justin, he's a coward. He's a coward.
But hey, you say he's a coward, but Kellen Moore went with him, so they perfect together.
The divorce needed to happen in Dallas. It had ran its course. It's like. People say they're staying together for the kids. Meanwhile, the kids are hiding in the closet, holding their ears because y'all won't stop fighting in the living room. That needed to happen. So, feeling good, man. Feeling good. Get our guys back. A couple scary injuries right out the gate. Nobody wants to see Zach Martin limping on week 1. Nobody wants to hear nothing about no goddamn groin. In between week 1 and 2, we don't want to hear anything about that. But yeah, it's what we talked about, dude. This team, it's business-like. It's business-like. That's what we said. That was the term we used back in the summer. It seems like, and we talked about it. Just that little bit you've seen from Micah over the offseason, not what he was doing with the training. It's like you have the Dak equivalent of work ethic on the defense, and he's got that side of the room, and Dak's got this side of the room. And you ain't gonna outwork either one of those dudes. And you better show up every goddamn day. And you better show up, and you better show up to work. Period.
Right.
Or you're gonna get left out.
Right.
And it's a long season, and I know only 31 teams. It ends in heartbreak. It ends in heartbreak for 31 teams. If they don't shoot themselves in the foot, man, and we gotta Probably the best
We got a
chance.
damn good.
I mean, we got
This
to.
is our best chance, bro. This our best chance,
Yeah,
dog. This is a damn good team. It was a good team before with the talent, and you have Mike McCarthy as a coach. But just like you talked about, that divorce had to happen. I'm gonna say my quick piece about Kellen Moore because I listen to Marcus Spears on Get Up. I don't listen to those networks. I don't, but I have been keeping my eyes just to listening to a little bit of things what they're saying about the Cowboys at 2-0. I just like to hear. And Marcus Spears has been echoing what we've been saying, what I've been saying, what you've been saying, what other people, so a few other people have been saying is, I know I've been saying this is mature, responsible football. We've been saying that, right? And I think you see the Chargers 0-2 because there's the immaturity still and irresponsible play calling. Now, we all knew that he can dial up an offense, Kellen Moore. We all know he can score points. We all know there's a quarterback that you can get to score points. But are you going to win them games when you need to win them most? Okay.
No, you're good. Keep talking. I feel like
Okay.
I'm dark. I'm gonna cut these lights on a little bit.
Okay. But are you going to be able to make those plays when it counts the most? Are you going to call the right plays when it matters the most? And Kellen Moore is still doing the Kellen Moore thing. Chargers are down, 3 straight passes. Titans get the ball, score, touchdown, ball game. You see what I'm saying?
for sure.
So you're gonna score a lot. You're gonna score a lot of points over there, Chargers. You're gonna score a lot of points.
Not if Justin
Might get a
Herbert
lot
won't
of
let go of
numbers.
that ball.
But what I'm saying is you're going to score points. But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, it's going to end futility because number one, you have a guy who has a lot of talent but hasn't proved he can win big games. And then you got a coordinator who has a lot of talent as far as play calling, but he hasn't shown he can win big games with the play calling. So you got two guys together that is going to be a perfect match to me in failure. Not hating, but two guys that I'm going to see that are going to be failure because it's a match that's not going to be made in heaven that they thought they was. All the hype that they were giving Kellen Moore going on, it's going to be totally different, and people are going to see. But at the end of the day, we've been talking about mature play calling. We've been talking about responsible play calling, and that's what's been going on those first 2 games of the season. We've been talking about how Dak is dialed in. It's his offense, and you had another game where people, oh, Dak, what about Dak? He only threw for 145. Well, he came back and did 31 to 38, 256 and 2 tutties. Yeah, he almost had the interception, but sometimes it's good to get lucky, and it didn't happen. So it may have almost happened, but it didn't.
God forbid Dak Prescott get a little bit of luck on a bad pass every once in a while.
Right. You feel me? And I'm going to pull up something while we talking.
So I don't care about those counting numbers, man, about the touchdowns and the yards. Like, obviously touchdowns matter. I'm not trying to say they don't, but he didn't throw for 300. He didn't throw for this. That dude is absolutely eviscerating third down. Absolutely eviscerating it. And it's the only reason it's actually a big problem I have with this offense going forward. And it scares me 2 weeks in. These second down runs are still here. The halfback dives are still there. I know they're doing some misdirection and the traps and stuff, but the run heaviness is still there. And this offense is still, after 2 weeks, still living and dying on third down. They are. If Dak doesn't convert those long third downs, it's a whole different story. And I would like to see them avoid third down, third long. You're supposed to, if you run on 1st and 10, okay, say you get 2 yards. All right, shit. All right, we got to get some yards here. Let's throw this little screen. Let's throw this little swing. Even though I hate swings, and then that one almost got picked. Something of the sort. Let's get it moving. Let's get it into anything over 3rd and 3 is long. It's just like the same statistically as far as it goes in the converting. Anything over 3rd and 3 is 3rd and long, as far as the numbers go. And there has been far too many of them. I'm not nitpicking. I'm telling you, there's a trend in this offense that is continuing through the first 2 weeks of the season. And had you not played 2 remedial-ass quarterbacks, it may be a different story. I don't think Aaron Rodgers changes that game last week. I don't think he could throw from his back. But when you want to go that conservative on early downs, you better pick up 4 and 5 yards a pop, but you're not. You're getting 1 and 2. And Dak's having to drop back, and that will, per the numbers. What up, Marcus? Per the numbers, that will make bad things happen over time. There's only so many times you can expose yourself in obvious passing situations, regardless how good your quarterback is, regardless how bad the defense may be, before it bites you, man. It's just the way it is. And that is a trend that's, I know it's only two games, but before that doubleheader yesterday, Dak was 4th overall in 3rd down attempts while being 17th overall in passing attempts. We gotta get that, balance that out a little bit, man. We gotta balance that out a little bit.
I definitely hear what you're saying, and I do am in agreement with what you're saying. Let's get this super chat from my dog, the Lunatic. It's been a while. Good to hear from you. $5 holla. Hey ho, supporting new media, new Cowboys media. Dak 4K plus Doomsday Defense plus Arizona. Dallas 33, Arizona 9. I love it. I'll take it and I'll run with it. And if you like to donate, just throw it right in there. You see it right there. I'm gonna just throw it out there. This is a selfish thing, but I don't care. Libra Gang. Birthday coming up October 15th. So if you want to throw a donation in there, go ahead. Oh, the ladies got
I just bought a house.
too.
Get me a plant.
You feel me? The ladies, the young ladies got birthdays too on the 7th and the 11th and the 15th. So it's Libra Game all up in here. So if you want to donate, go ahead, because we like birthday gifts, just to let you know. But I totally feel what you're saying, because I was looking at the down average of where the Cowboys, they're one of the most successful teams on third down. But as you said before, you're going to come across teams that have better quarterback play. And if you are putting yourself in those longer down and distance and you don't do it, then you're giving that team the ball and your defense could be on the field longer. So understanding what you're saying is, let's not so much go back to being first down runners again, because I'm seeing that as well. I'm seeing we're running the ball again.
The first down doesn't bother me as much, but when you don't get, I would call it, 4.5 yards of break point on being a successful run play on first down. When you don't get that, and then you run it again on second down, and you get maybe 1 yard, well, now you're back in third and long. You can't double up on the run. And I know that it's, quote unquote predictable. If you ran on first down, you're going to pass on second down, but you got a top quarterback in the NFL. You got CeeDee Lamb. You didn't have Cooks last week. You got Cooks. In theory, you have Michael Gallup. In theory, Jalen Tolbert should be coming on. In theory, you like these tight ends. And you have Tony Pollard. You have options. You don't just have to line up and, run a halfback toss or run off tackle on second down when you're sitting on 2nd and 7, and you're looking and you run the ball again. And now you maybe if you don't get more than 4 yards on that play, you're at third and long. It disturbs me, and I know the offense does look a little bit different, but once again, it's only been 2 games, so there's no freaking out either way on this paradigm, but the trend does worry me, because it's the same thing they were doing since forever with the early down runs.
Yeah, but I think it might be different because we got I know what you're saying and I agree with you, but I just feel like it's a little bit different in the fact of who is doing it. But at the end of the day, you're still right, because you still got to get yards. And right now we're only averaging 3.5 yards a carry. Okay. We're not doing good in the run game. Let me get this question out to you right quick myself, and then we'll talk more about that. But Carlos has a question. Do y'all think Tolbert is going to take snaps from Gallup? Gallup's have been quiet so far. We saw Tolbert get a couple catches in that game, which were good. One was for a first down. What's your kind of thoughts on that?
Boy, had some juice. I was actually going to talk about Tolbert. I've been talking about, I talked about it before the season even started. This is the year you buy stock on Jalen Tolbert, not last year. You don't expect your late day 2 guy to come in here and take a veteran spot. That's selling yourself a bridge. It was a foolish decision, and people put unrealistic expectations on him last year coming in. Now he's got a full off season under his belt. He's got a full season under his belt. He's already, and I need to actually, that's actually a really good question. I'm going to look up, as soon as we get off here, I'm going to look up the numbers and I'll post them, because it feels like he has been taking some snaps. I do not know if that's true or not. I need to look at the counts, but it feels like he's been taking some snaps, because Gallup still hasn't looked right.
No, he hasn't, and he's been like a disappearing act. I'm gonna get this question quick from Chris Killen. It says, BGJ, how do you feel about Cowboys taking the ball first? I was like, let's see what the Jets D is all about. I love it. I wasn't mad at it, you know what I'm saying, because I felt like we were a better team than them, so it didn't really bother me. I like the Cowboys. Everybody's like, oh, you don't score first, but I have confidence in his defense.
That was your quarterback.
Yeah, and that's why
that was your quarterback. That's why they got the ball. That was your quarterback. Yeah, the quarterback wanted the ball. He didn't get to play football last week. He wanted to play football. Right. They went out there and played football, went down 75 yards and scored.
Yeah, and I like that, but not just that fact. Is this the fact of I have confidence in his defense. So if we
Yeah.
don't score in our first drive, I have enough confidence in his defense. If we're screaming about we have the best defense in the league, right, Mike? We're screaming we have the best defense. Why the hell are we going to be worrying about getting the ball first? You know what I'm saying?
Versus, yeah, that's the whole thing. Oh, you would like people. Oh man, there's been quite a few people this week. Of course, everybody likes to do that type of thing. Well, if Rodgers would have been there, that would have been different. But it's like, what? Like, y'all think Aaron Rodgers is worth 24 points? You can't throw from your back, dude. Like, he's good, but we don't know that. Hell, we don't. We seen him for 4 plays, and he didn't look himself. I know it was only 4 plays, but he took a Carson Wentz sack on that play. He got hurt. Let's say Micah wouldn't have done the same shit to him.
Right. Yeah, I feel you. And, just like you said, I mean, it looks different. It looks different for hoping my internet doesn't slow. It looks different for a Michael Gallup right now. It does not look the same for him. And Tolbert looks more explosive. He looks quicker. He looks more effective. And I think he is. I was on record already saying before the season started that he was going to take. So this ain't nothing new for me because I said in camp he was going to take some snaps from Michael Gallup. I said in camp that he may push for that third role. May not overtake it, but depending on what Gallup looks like. But I said he was going to push for that role. And what I saw in Tolbert in those games, and he already got his feet under his belt, with those 2 catches, that gave him more confidence, in my opinion.
That route in the end zone was nasty. Well, he ate them boys up. I mean,
what I'm saying?
He's got the juice, and I don't know. Gallup just seems to be in a weird spot. It seems like with Cooks back, they're asking him to go back to his little possessions receiver role that he ran in college. Because a lot of people don't know this because they're not draft deviants. But Gallup in college was a possession receiver. He ran slats and drags and was yards after the catch and everything like that. He got to the Cowboys and they made him a go route post 9 guy, and they were him and Dak can't get on the same time. Well, he wasn't used to doing that. That's why you had a 55% completion percentage for 2 years. He was doing a whole new job. Then they bring Cooks in, and now Cooks was taking the top off, and then I don't know, man.
And he really ain't played the slot role. You feel me? He's not really a slot guy.
It's not even that. It's even if he lines up outside, he hasn't worked the inside of the field in quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
Like not rep after rep.
Right.
And you saw it. I know that I posted that clip. I know that there was a little bit of questionable contact there, but the jab step doesn't look like it's there anymore, and the fighting with the hands isn't there anymore. I didn't want to pay him. I'm not rehashing that situation. You don't pay mid wide receivers. That's how you stay mid. You draft one and then go on about your day. I don't know, man. I would like to. I'd like to get something for him.
Yeah,
I know his contract's bad, but
me and you talked about this though, Mike. We said this years ago, right? And we weren't dogging Michael Gallup. If you watch this show, we all told you about this situation with Michael Gallup, that you should not pay him. You should just draft another receiver. That's what we had said about him. Don't pay him. Don't keep any. It's not about the pockets or disrespecting. You get money, but if you're looking at the scope of the team and things of that nature, a number 2, you don't pay him that kind of money. You draft
somebody else would have paid him. Cedric Wilson got paid in Miami. Cole Beasley got paid in New York.
And you end up getting a Jalen Tolbert, and you can still get other receivers. Receivers are always going to be in the NFL. Receivers are always going to be in the NFL. Good receivers, and you don't have to get them in the first round. You can find receivers littered all through the draft. You feel what I'm saying? But that's neither here or there. But we'll see how that goes. Now, I'm showing a little bit of numbers right here, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Between the Cardinals and the Cowboys. Now, I think it was last week when we showed Dak against the Giants, and he was under pressure. Passer rating under pressure was like 40, but we saw it was the rain and things of that nature. Now you went against a pretty good Jets defense that now ain't nobody talking about the Jets defense now.
Oh, the Jets defense sucks now.
Yeah,
the Jets defense sucks, and Sauce Gardner's a bum, and Quentin Williams is,
yeah, they ain't good no more, and they're just average. That they're just normal. Yeah, yada yada yada. But look at those numbers right there for Dak Prescott. How those numbers came up against one of these top defenses that were support. This is a Super Bowl team, right? This is a Super Bowl team. This is what everybody
Super Bowl
said.
team.
That's a Super Bowl team. This
So you
is a
lose your
Super Bowl team.
quarterback and your defense can't even play anymore, but
Right,
you're a Super Bowl team?
So if you can't be a Super Bowl team if you just lost your quarterback and that's it. You still
Cowboys
have
went
that
4-1 last year without their quarterback.
Exactly. 4-1. And let's keep it real. We can honestly say Zach Wilson has more talent than Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
We can honestly say
Dude, Zach Wilson, this is going to sound crazy. Rodgers wouldn't have made it out of that game. Zach Wilson's mobility is the only reason he's still alive right now. They was on his ass like water rice on a paper plate.
And what
every damn play
was that middle. We got to stop that middle, though, Mike. We got to stop those quarterbacks from killing us in that middle because we kill them on the edges, but those guys run up in the middle. They got to figure that out because that bothers me because cats are still doing it.
Yeah, it's
teams are still doing
Cowboys versus a mobile quarterback challenge, and impossible.
And we suck against it. We suck against it. That's got to change, though, Mike. That's got to change.
You know what? Don't give up that YOLO bomb, and I'll deal with a couple 10, 15-yard scrambles. Because you see, that's what happens with Rodgers. Your guy sucks up because he thinks he's got him. Next thing you know, it's James Jones on the sideline or whatever tight end it was that time or whatever, it's that type situation. And as long as they didn't give up that long bomb, because Zach Wilson, I know people are down on him. The dude still has a really nice deep ball. And there's far worse quarterbacks in the league. He's just in a dog shit situation and his coach hates him.
Yeah, and I think he's still immature, and I think
I
still think he doesn't train hard enough or work hard enough.
No, for sure. And we're seeing that with the boy in Cleveland right now. I can't wait till he. Oh man,
that's a whole nother story. We ain't talking about him. But let's get over to here and let's get over to these lineups, Mike. So we got them on offense.
Yes,
Cardinals will come against us. Against offense. Now, I've shown you their offensive line. They got the young rookie Paris Johnson Jr. from Ohio State. He's decent. He's had but Will Hernandez, we know real good about him. We mess with him. How do you feel against our offensive line, our defensive line against their offensive line in this matchup? We already know about Michael Parsons, what he's going to display. But who do you think will have another player on the defensive line can exploit a matchup and will maybe have a good game besides Parsons?
If I could highlight it, I would, but I'm gonna draw two parallel lines right between on the outside of the LG and the outside of the RG, and that's gonna be your game right there.
Right here.
That they are gonna get stunt and twisted all up the middle, and then DeMarcus Lawrence are gonna be hold contain. Here come Micah. Here come Digi. Here come. Hey, maybe they even send LVE on a blitz. Maybe Harper gets in there on one. They are going to blow that middle up all day long.
Yeah, they are, and I can totally agree with you with that.
Because what's this nonsense on the outside? Zach Ertz is your starting tight end. They're not serious. They're not serious.
Yeah, but keep your eyes on your boy though. What's his name? I'm gonna pull him up right now. He's pretty decent, and he didn't have that bad of a game. Who was that backup tight end they got? My goodness. I'm about to pull him up. Oh, McBride right here. Trey McBride. Keep your eye on Trey McBride.
Danny McBride?
Trey McBride. He ain't bad. He's not bad.
No.
So I ain't worried about Zach Ertz, but keep your eye on Trey McBride though.
What worries me is we don't know what the fucking what a Josh Dobbs is.
Right. Well, we did see him with Tennessee last year though. We did see that last year with him, and I forgot about that. Yeah, we saw him with Tennessee last year, and remember that game was an ugly game, but he kept him around. And Josh Dobbs, his numbers.
Brown kept him around.
Well. His numbers don't speak terrible. I'm gonna pull him up right now, big dog. His numbers don't speak terrible.
He's actually up as far as the quarterback rankings go on Ben Baldwin's slide. As far as EPA and stuff like that goes, he's actually having a decent year.
Yeah, he's not having a bad year.
God damn. Oh man, that's a head only a mother could love. Good Lord.
Did you see that, dog? That head is crazy, right? That's an alien head. I ain't want to say nothing. Listen, I seen it when I first
It
pulled
look like
up.
a melted milk dud.
I said, wow. Shout out to the lunatic for the $2 holla. But yeah, man, his numbers haven't been bad though so far this
No, he's
year,
actually
Mike.
all things considered. I mean, I'd be lying, dude, if I said I've seen 3 seconds of Arizona Cardinals game. So
Right.
it could be garbage time. I have no idea. But
But we can't. I'm not going to say that because they did jump on them Giants early. They were up 21-3.
that's right.
21,
That's right.
And he was playing good. Now he
Man,
he hasn't went deep anywhere. He hasn't went anything over 20 yards. He keeps it up close to the vest, and he really likes to attack that middle. It looks like most of his passes are all in the center. What was it showing me? Short center. 24% of his passes are going that way. So it looks like he's going to try to dump it off in the middle. And then when you look at their receivers, they got small guys, dog. You know what I mean? They don't have Moore is small, Brown is small, Wilson's a rookie. So I think they're going to try to lean heavily on this guy right here.
I keep going back to it, man. I think Micah Parsons is on like a different planet than every other NFL player right now. I think he is in the Mahomes tier, if you will.
Oh,
and
he
Mahomes
is.
ain't having too good of it. I just think that there's nothing. I don't think there's anything they can do that will stop him.
Mm-hmm.
And if they stop him, that's because they got 5 guys on him.
Right.
And damn it, somebody else better make a play.
Somebody is going to make a play because of the standard now. Micah has set that standard. You've been talking about him, Mike, about the leadership and the passion that he plays with. He wants to be the best. And if he is not making the plays for you, Osa, D-Law, Dante Fowler, who you said get rid of, I got to throw that in there for you. Sam Williams, Dorrance Armstrong Jr. We got waves, and even if we come in attacking you on blitzes, we got waves of guys that can come after you. Just like you said, it's going to be a lot of stunts. It's going to be a lot of twists because that's where we really get home at. And Micah's going to open up the game, and that's why our defense is so good because we have a Micah Parsons who you must focus on, who you must game plan for, who you must look after every single snap. And when you have a player like that can change the game every single play, it makes everything on the defense easier, period.
And, people were hard on him last year, so I've got to give him a dude some props. The way Trayvon Diggs been crashing in on the run game is going to help that mobile quarterback situation a little bit too.
And Micah been ripping on because Micah. I heard Micah last year. He said, "What? Diggs make a tackle?" Oh, I'm just kidding. He done said that numerous times. So it ain't just us. The players are telling him too.
Yeah, and I know he made several plays. I got some clips of it posted on my timeline that he made several plays last week that won't show up in the stat sheet, but they were absolutely drive-ending plays that he was in on, down in the box.
Mm-hmm. So. We're feeling good on that side for sure. On our side of the defense, we feel like we're going to
get out healthy. I'm gonna sit our starters in the second half. I'm not
get out healthy.
At the risk of saying,
Diggs and Gilmore should have
Gilmore need to have a bit of a bounce back game.
Yeah, he did, but that was really just one play. Malik Hooker really shanked the tackle. Let's keep it real.
There's a couple other ones, but
yeah, it might have been, but yeah. He is a little older. Let's keep it real. He doesn't have that long speed like he used to, and I think you have to protect him in that aspect.
No, you're playing a bunch of slot receivers and a 45-year-old Zach Ertz. Look, come on now.
Right. So I just feel like the main thing is get after Dobbs. He hasn't had a bad year so far. If you look at his numbers right now, his numbers aren't terrible, but they're not great, and we know he's not anything to scream about. But let's not let him get any confidence. And we travel well in Arizona.
Well, yeah.
So that should be
They just choked up a lead to Daniel Jones.
Right. And that's got to be a hangover, especially for a team with a new coach. Got to be a hangover. You feel me?
This the hat is a crucial catch. The where's my little thing right there? It's the NFL cancer hat. The crucial catch.
Nice.
They're hard to get. My buddy Jeff Kavanaugh hooked me up with this one.
Nice. Make sure and tell Jeff I said what's up too.
I
Hey,
will.
but
I will.
my guy Floyd, it's been a long time. Good to see you, Floyd. Shout out for the $2 holla. Hey, oh, he gives a $2 donation. He says, "Good game to work on red zone offense." I couldn't agree with you more. But I
Yeah.
don't think our red zone offense was terrible. But I just think we just did wrong plays. We on that one play where Rico Dowdle bounced it out to the outside when he was like on the 1 or 2 where they pitched that. He shouldn't have did that. She just went straight forward. We could have got the touchdown. We had a touchdown taken away with Tony Pollard, and maybe if Dak would have hit Ferguson or Lamb was on the opposite side, both of them are open. You could be critical at those points, but we're still 2 for 6 in the red zone, and that's got to be better.
Can we run the quarterback sneak, please?
Right.
Please.
Right.
Please.
You have a 245-pound tank at quarterback. Can we run the quarterback sneak, please?
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to have Zach Martin.
Valdez been mushing dudes. You're going to get Tyler Smith back. Can we run the quarterback sneak? If we're not going to run the quarterback sneak, 2 plays you run in the red zone, especially when you're inside the 10-yard line. 10 to 20 is almost, it's barely even the red zone. That's a whole different conversation. But inside the 10,
Spread them out. Get your guys.
get your defenders crossing and bumping into each other and clearing each other out. Or take your quarterback, have him keep the ball instead of handing it backwards off opposite of where the end zone is.
Right.
Head straight towards the goal line. Or have him boot it out, which Dak's been really good at. Like, before Dak got his leg hurt.
That's what we need to do is that bootleg, dog.
Yeah.
Dak is so damn good at it. We need to do because that's what I was thinking when we got inside that 1 or I think it was like the 1 or 2, Mike. My first thought was bootleg this. They will fall for it. They will fall. They're not.
And guess what? If they crash in on the boot, guess who's back there? You got Fergie, you got Scum, you got Pollard, you got hell. Throw it to Terrence Steele like you did. Like you got guys. Which, speaking of that, you see that little tidbit that Micah Parsons got. He got, I think it was 2 reps at tight end in the red zone this week in practice.
I mean, Mike Vrabel was a king at it. He already said it. He said it on his podcast, so it ain't the bag is out.
No, I just that would be dope. Because I know that he's pissed that he could have had that touchdown last week and they were down by incidental contact.
Mm-hmm.
On that strip.
Because he read that dude's pockets and he was heading to pay dirt, buddy. I took the video. I said it was church, and they called that shit back. That hurt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, it hurt because that we already know he's on the road for the Defensive Player of the Year campaign. So I was just like, oh, you gonna take that away from him? So that hurt my soul as I saw it. But at the end of the day, man,
I know it's super early, and I know how biased the position is. It's always going to be, at the end of the day, it's always going to be a quarterback. But I mean, I love that. But I don't know. He's really pushing for how important. He's really pushing for that importance level on this team.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's dog. Let's not say that word because I don't even want to mention.
No, either one of them.
Either one of them. It's over.
But no, I don't think it's over if Dak is done. If he's done for the year, I don't know. But if he's done for a little bit, I don't know. But if Michael Parsons, it's over.
We survived a couple games without him but
that defense went regular as hell. I can go back to 2021 as rookie year when we played the Philadelphia Eagles at the last game of the year, and he didn't play that whole damn game. That defense looked regular as hell when he was taken
for sure.
And I
just like the offense did with Dak, wasn't it?
Right, but we won games. I don't know if we go 4-1.
Scoring 10 points a game.
I don't know. I know this defense is damn good, but I don't know if we go a 4-1 stretch with Micah Parsons going that many.
It's not Micah's team. That's disrespectful. They own the defensive room. You know this. The defensive room and the offensive room might as well be separate entities. They have their own leadership group, and hell, if you actually watch pregame, the specific position groups have their own little clique where they break it down together before the game. One guy. When Dak speaks, everybody listens. When Micah speaks, everybody listens. But they have if one of their sides is popping off, they shut them down. They shut them down. That's how it. There's opposite. I mean, you can't. There's 53 guys. Hell, there's technically what with practice squad 65 guys in the locker room at any given time.
Right.
So, bailing us see through it, man. That's actually
that's a
we've
great question.
we've been talking about that. We've been talking about that for a minute, man. I don't know how they're going to get them both back in.
I don't know how that happens because you can't sit Thomas and Bell.
No, you can't. And because Thomas that's your special teams guy, dude. And he's a beast. That kid is playing with a fire that he came by naturally, and I love it. And well, hey, and by the way, I need to bring in my boy Hunter. Check. Them two dudes right there are the protect them at all cost players. I want them on this team. I want them on the 53 every single week, no matter what, because they are. All them dudes do is make plays. All they do is show up and play. They don't talk shit. They don't cause penalties. They don't goof up. They play ball, and that's what you want. You ain't sitting LVE.
Oh, he said sit Izzy. He said sit Izzy.
No, there's one above us. And Trey said LVE. I'm like, what?
Hell
man,
no. Trey just playing. But I could definitely see us. Like if Izzy's been active every game too, right? So I could definitely see him being active and you activating a Donovan Wilson. So that's a good thought pattern from the lunatic right there. Because I would sit a Izzy, and then you keep a Bell and Thomas and Donovan.
How about if you want to make football a real meritocracy? To quote the late great Tony Romo, why don't you sit Gallup?
Ooh-wee. And somebody was talking about elevate Brooks.
Yeah, no. For the roster spot. So you
Donovan.
Yeah, so you get Donovan on.
You ain't. Let's keep it real, Mike. If we're looking at what Tolbert did the last game, and I know it was in small samples, but we've been watching him. I feel totally confident in Tolbert, dog. I don't feel like the moment's too big for him this year, and I'm not gonna think he's gonna crumble if it's a Cooks, a CeeDee Lamb. And
that's the thing. You're not asking.
He's gonna play. He's gonna play like either one of those guys is gonna play like what 20 snaps, 25 snaps. They're not even gonna play a full load.
So versus Dono, I'm just throwing it out there, bub. I'm just throwing it out there. If you want to talk about football as a meritocracy, and this defense is kicking ass like it is.
What you think about that comment right there, though? Do you think that's true? Because I do. I think he would be sensitive.
His physique or
his psyche. I think he
psyche. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I think it would.
I don't care.
I feel you. We're trying to win
I don't
games,
care.
Right?
You're making $15 million a year. Get over it. You're a professional. Play better. If you want to, I don't want to do it. I don't want to drag the guy because I loved him coming out of the draft, and I think they pushed him to come back too early. And I honestly think he's ruined. But if you go look at his numbers since he came back, that dude is barely a fourth string wide receiver. I know it's early, but we heard this talk. He's ready. He's good to go. And then you watch. I haven't got to sit down with the 22 from this game yet. I've been busy this week buying a house. But on game one, he looked like the same lazy-ass Michael Gallup I saw last year. And it wasn't because he was lazy last year. It's because he was hurt. This time he just looked lazy.
Well, there are the numbers right there. 4 targets, 2 receptions, 13 yards, 6 yards a catch. Passer rating when target, 57%. Averaging 0.5 yards after the catch.
He didn't give him the jump ball because he don't trust him. And why are you going to throw it on Sauce if you got somebody else? I mean, I'm not going to knock Dak for not throwing it on Sauce. That's a smart quarterback decision.
He said himself in a little clip, like, well, I'm going to challenge you. You weren't the best. I ain't doing that unless I got to.
What, like especially, it ain't it ain't CD or somebody that's actually going to attack the ball. You're going to, Gallup going to get bullied out of the way and shoved off to the sideline, and then it's going to come back.
And everybody say, "Oh, why'd you throw it against Sauce?" Well, he thought my NFL wide receiver would make a NFL catch. Yeah, that's literally what I was saying.
Yeah.
Last year he was hurt. He couldn't move. This year he's healthy, but I don't know if it's a combination of him coming back too early and blowing that other hamstring out and blowing that other knee out.
I think it's all a combination of all
Yeah,
his injuries are catching up with him. He's been injured since he's came in the league with
Yeah.
outs. He's been injured damn near every year. And I think it's zapped him. I think he wasn't. I don't know who tried to tell me he was an athletic freak because I never thought that. He was a good athlete, never no athletic freak.
No, he was a possession receiver. He was a late career Torrey Holt type, like late career Anquan Bolden type dude, where he would go across the middle and get lit up, and he may pick up 10 or 14 yards after the catch if he bounced off the tackle. But he never was just a supreme burner athlete, and they made him a go route guy when he got here for some odd reason. I just, that's a tricky situation, and this is once again rehashing old words. That's what happens when you pay for mid. You get mid.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I said Tober was going to take some snaps away. It looks like it is, and I just feel like Tober's confidence is going to keep on growing. I feel, and I even said this could be a Michael Gallup game, and he is just like, you don't even know he's there. You don't even know he's on the team right now. Keep it real. And I just felt like Tober showed up more. Tober has more explosion. I just feel like that injury really messed up Michael Gallup. The injuries prior to it, Mike, but I think a tear in the knee when you already had multiple, like you said, soft tissue issues, things wrong with your knee, things wrong with your ankles, things wrong with your legs, and then you have that and your rush back. Just don't feel like it's. I just don't feel like it's still there. We say it's a year, but I feel like it might take longer than a year.
It all started, it goes back to I was talking, please don't pay him. And I said, Michael Gallup's going to get jersey numbers. His number's 13. He's going to get jersey numbers. Look what he got. He got jersey numbers. Everybody told me they weren't going to pay him. And look what happened. They paid him because they let their money get mad and they ran off Amari Cooper. And then we got James Washington as a replacement.
And you had to. And then you had to, right? You had to. So,
they didn't have to. They chose.
They didn't have to. You're right. They chose to. They could have drafted. They chose to.
So
because they felt that loyalty to him, and they knew they probably could get a different deal with him being hurt. But they had that loyalty to him.
Back to that point, if it comes time for me to set the 53, and Donovan Wilson's ready to come back and play football,
I would agree with that.
Versus a mobile quarterback, that's an easy decision for me, buddy.
Especially if Donald is back and he's healthy, we'll need that aggression and that activity.
He's healthy because he's healthy. Michael, that's the one thing I talk about it all the time. 6 days a week, Mustard Tiger. The way this dude handles soft tissue injuries and injuries overall is extremely impressive. He's never going to force a guy back. It's outside of when 21 got forced on him that year and everybody said he wasn't hurt when we saw his leg dragging behind him. That was forced on him. But if he says he's healthy, he's healthy. And I'll take a healthy Donovan Wilson and the impact he can have on the defense over a Michael Gallup, maybe 3 targets or 1 catch day.
Yeah, I mean, these are his numbers from last season. You've seen it. He had 5 sacks last year. Just the aggression he plays with. He's always been that way. We were concerned about it, Mike, obviously because he was undersized a little bit, and we were concerned about that with the injuries. And he's
just hurt guy. He shatters himself. He hits so hard he shatters himself.
So hard. But Cowboys were smart in loading up safety. So if he does go out when they got the Malik Hooker, and then you get the Marquise Bell, and then you get the Demarion Overshown, and you get the Thomas, that helps you if something goes down and you can't do it. So let me get this super chat from my dog Smoke140. Shout out to you. He said, "Big, listen to this. CD, Cooks, Pollard, Deuce, Tober, Turpin, Brooks, all great routes and will be yak technicians. Gallus is not that now." I mean, I agree. I mean, we're seeing it. Injuries have zapped him. I think that's what it is more than anything else. I think injuries have just zapped him.
It's
tough.
To talk about San Francisco, but look what happened with Deebo Samuel's career after he rushed back from that Lisa Frank injury.
He ain't doing that bad this year, though, dog. Debo don't
I
look back.
understand, but it's been a hiccup, man. He's been constant nagging injury guy. When you rush back from those really crucial ligament injuries, when you're a skilled position player, it's not good. And they pretend what they should have done was IR Gallup, but they were scared. They didn't want to IR him. That short-term IR is the best thing. If any good came out of COVID whatsoever, that short-term IR is fantastic.
Because
man.
remember, it was a minimum 8 games, and
Yeah.
now it's just 4, and that was huge.
Any skill position player, the second I hear a skill position player has a nagging yada yada on a soft tissue, IR, bam, I don't care. Go sit down. 4 weeks, I don't care. I don't care. I do not care if you're CeeDee Lamb. I don't Justin Jefferson. I do not care, man. I don't. If you're got a nagging thing early in the year, let me put that caveat on there. Early in the year. If it's January, your ass better get out there. But early in the year, you got a nagging soft tissue thing, man. Go sit down. Go sit down.
Yeah. I agree. Well, like I said, we're going to see, so kind of putting a bow on this as we kind of get ready to close. What is kind of your keys to this game against these Cardinals? What do you think the Cowboys really need to do? I mean, we all feel like they're going to win this game, but what kind of some of your keys to this game that maybe from the offense and the defensive side for the Cowboys to come out with the victory?
I'm not worried about the victory. I'm more worried about injuries. What I want to see is the offensive not play design, but situational. Like we're talking about those early run pass splits. Give me some first down passes in there, man. If you're not going to throw it on first, throw it on second. Stop doubling up.
This will be the game to do it, don't you think?
Stop. Yeah, because they don't. Who's out there?
They don't got
Luda's hurt, and he's all they had left.
Luda's on IR,
and he's 50 years old.
Yeah.
They don't have anybody. They're literally tanking. Yeah. They are literally tanking. They don't want to win football games. So get out of there healthy and fix this early down run pass split, man. Fix it. Stop doubling up on if you run on first, don't run on second. If you run on second, don't run on first. Whatever the case may be, stop putting your quarterback behind the sticks. And then you can set them in the second half. They go out there and they do that. Prime Kansas City, Buffalo run pass
Trey
split.
Lance. Let's blow them out and play Trey Lance. Let's blow them out and play Trey Lance.
That's literally what I was going to go after I got. I was like, let's get some Trey Lance reps in the second half.
Can we get some Trey Lance reps
in the second half?
Because that needs to happen.
So that's. I'm not remotely worried about that team. I'm worried about this team beating themselves, and I'm worried about injuries. Other than that, there's no real keys. There's nothing that I'm remotely even worried about.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, and now it's not cockiness, but this is a team that is not good. And just like you said, they are tanking. They're looking to get a top draft pick. We understand that. So this is a game, just like you said, Mike, get right on, because you're going to be playing. This is you got a stretch where you're playing New England, you're playing San Francisco, you're playing the Chargers, and then you do your bye. So in that next 3 game stretch, you're coming against some different type of animals as far as play, right? So get this together in these games like the Cardinals. Like you said, let's hit some first downs early with the pass. Let's expand it a little bit and maybe try some things, because you can against this team.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to put gold on the steak. I'm just asking you to convert a couple early downs, avoid third down stuff. Get my quarterback outside the top 10 on third down attempts. How about that? That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I feel that. And the biggest thing, like we always say, is health. Just come out healthy, because that's the only thing that's going to stop us, in my opinion. We're only going to stop ourselves by the way we play and injuries. So we just stay away from those. We're Gucci. So another healthy game. We want another healthy game, coming out relatively healthy, but that speaks to the depth. Chuma has been playing pretty good in his left guard position. Bass, Richards. We like those guys that are on the team. And Tyron Smith has drunk the fountain of youth and stay healthy. We prayed. Remember, we prayed to the football gods. We prayed to them. And right now, those football gods are touching and healing him. And we keep healing that man. Keep putting that football god oil all over his body.
I would literally cut my left leg off for Tyron Smith to have a full 17-game season plus playoffs. I would literally cut my leg off for that to happen. Because that man, he looks.
Hold on, I want you before you finish that. It says we can't play Trey Lance unless both our QBs are hurt. No, you can't. You can make him. You can make him on the 53-man roster active, and you deactivate Cooper Rush, and then you put.
You say Cooper Rush has a sickness and he's inactive this week.
Exactly. You say he has a sickness. You put Trey Lance in there, and he needs to be your backup in this game against the Cardinals. That's what needs to happen, in my opinion, because you really need to blow these boys out, and then he needs to get reps right now in the regular season.
Yeah, because you're never going to see if he doesn't play this week, he may not play for this team. You may not see him. You burned your pick just to see what happens. He goes out there in the second half of this game and lights some shit up. You know, I would like for him to get reps week 17, 18, but
that's
go
cool,
look at those games. Go look at those games at the end of the year, and I kind of want.
It's Washington, and Sam Howell don't look terrible over there. He don't look terrible. And
no, he doesn't.
I ain't trying. He has some damn big time throws, dog. And that comeback victory against Denver, he has some big time throws. I can't hate on that. He has.
I said it last year. I said they should have started Sam Howell over Wentz, and they may have had a chance.
Yeah,
I actually think
they should have.
I publicly thank Ron Rivera for not starting Sam Howell.
Yeah, because Ron Rivera is a terrible coach.
Yeah, he is, but I ain't gonna say he's a terrible coach. But I'm not saying he's not a Super Bowl coach. He's just an average coach.
That man went for a fourth down one time in like 1994, and they've been calling him Riverboat Ron ever since.
He's a defensive coordinator, dog. That's what he is, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's a defensive coach,
and they're terrible head coaches because they don't understand the facets of actually putting points on the board.
Right, for sure. But hey, I want to see Trey Lance this game. I know they're not going to do it, but they should.
I want Dak to come out of the tunnel in the second half with the hat on.
Yeah.
With the hat on. I want headset Dak in the second half. Go out there, put these boys away, and I want Dak with a headset on in the second half.
Yeah. Don't play around. Get after these boys early because you can. This should be turnover city, especially in Arizona. Our crowd is going to carry tough. Once we jump on them, our crowd's going to be on it. This should be a blowout type game if you play your game the right way. You feel me? And this should be marching on right into New England right after this. Of course, you don't overlook them, but we're just heads and shoulders above, better than them. And we've been doing it in the first two games. Let's just continue it. And understanding this is we got Micah Parsons. I know he ain't going to stand for that crap if we playing bad. He ain't going to stand for it. He's going to be on that sidelines going ham. And so that's what I love about him, because he's not going to stand for that. He's going to be on that sidelines talking to everybody like, nah, this ain't going to be happening over here today. So, do you have a score prediction this game if you had one?
Score prediction, no, but I mean, at the risk of being absolutely crazy, which I think is crazy because it's a crazy spread, I think they cover it. I think they cover the 12. I think it's 12. It may have been 12 and a half today, but I think they cover it.
Yeah, I think this will be.
You should.
I was close. I gave my prediction. I said 31-13 on our prediction, and we end up winning 30-10. So I was pretty damn close on that.
What'll happen though? What I don't want to happen, you go out there and lose this game by a damn field goal and hear about the same old Cowboys.
No, I'm not.
I don't feel that though.
I don't feel that.
I don't feel it. I
feel like a late garbage time touchdown to cover the spread type situation.
Yeah, I don't feel that. And here's the thing. That's why I feel this team is different, because you and I talk about this, Mike. We have those feelings about our team. We know when we feel like, man, this is a trap game, dog. This is a trap game. It just feels weird. We've had shows where we've had that feeling before the game. Before the game, we like, we
called it when Sam Darnold coming here beating us with the Jets. We called it.
We called it. We called it. We said we have feelings, and I don't have any kind of feeling toward this game about trap game. I just don't. And it's not being super cocky. It's just I don't have this feeling about that.
Go out there and
I
handle
just feel like this
business.
team is going. They're going to go out there and handle business and beat up this team like they're supposed to. I feel like it'll be like a 27-10 for me. 28-10, 27-10. We give maybe a couple field goals, but I'm gonna say 27-10 from me. And they get that garbage time.
Yeah, Vegas may make a phone call and get that 12 and a half point spread covered with 30 seconds to go in the fourth. Ruin everybody's day.
Right. So that's kind of my perspective. I feel good about this. I feel good about a lot of our games that way. Even if we're playing, I feel good. I know you don't when we play them Niners, but I feel good.
I ain't worried about them this year.
Yeah, I'm ready to play them.
I ain't worried about them this year.
So, yeah, cool. Yeah, good. I like hearing that. I like hearing that from you. That's what I like hearing from you right there. That's what I like hearing from you. Now I done got even more pumped up.
And before we get out of here, can we talk about just a little couple seconds?
Yeah.
Is the AFC full of paper tigers?
Paper tigers everywhere. That AFC look whack. The NFC looks dominant.
I mean, you can look at the
NFC looks dominant over the
You can look at the numbers on teams that start 0-2 and make the playoffs. It ain't good. It ain't good. Joe Burrow at the bottom of the list. Jalen Hurts down there right beside him. That's Mahomes ain't even look like Mahomes, and he even had Kelsey back last week. What's Josh Allen doing? We don't know. He kind of had a little bit of a bounce back week, but Baltimore, I don't know.
Dolphins, I would say the only team that
the only one looks scary is Miami, and that's as long as Tua's brain holds up.
Right. Yeah, I would say Miami is the team right now that I'm looking at.
And he's one tough hit away from
good center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know what? Well, that's who we should have had at center, y'all. Connor Williams. That's why it was. He sucks at guard. Well, he should have been playing center, as we see.
And he just goes to Miami and becomes an all-pro center. We're like, what the?
And he's the highest rated center, like almost damn near 2 years in a row, dog. He's like one of the top centers in the league the last 2 years.
I understand the Baltimore and Miami's record, but I ain't scared. No,
I don't believe. I'm not scared of the Ravens.
Well, I'm scared of Miami. That speed scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, but that's gonna be a game. But I still need to see you Tua. You nice, but I need to see you against our defense. I need to see you against our defense. Okay, you got some speedy receivers. Y'all got speed. Y'all got some talent on that defense, but I need to see you against our receivers, and we are gonna see it. So you feel me?
Hey, here's to another week of Jalen Hurts regression. We can all drink to that.
That for real. And I love it. They just say, "Oh, we're 2-0. I don't care. I can't wait to play them guys. I can't wait to play them. Please let us both teams be relatively healthy. Please, football gods, let our teams be relatively healthy, so I don't hear no excuses from them. So we can whip that monkey Taz and get up after them and hear the excuses rolling in like they always do on that Twitter handle. It's so funny. But with that being said, we're about to close this off. We're about an hour in. My dog Mike White. Burgers and Blitzes, you see the bottom. If you want to donate, I told you birthday is coming up October 15th. Libra Gang's in the house. If you want to donate, you can Cash App. You see the Cash App right there, or you can hit in the super chat. Super chat. So either you can hit Mike on the PayPal right there. You can hit me on the Cash App, or you can jump right in there and donate if you like as well. But another excellent show. I told y'all Mike brings them. I'm just Big Gang James. Mike brings them. And I love y'all. Appreciate everybody's support. Make sure you hit that and smash that like button on our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. They'll be on all three platforms. Another great session, another heat. A lot of people love this show. A lot of great ratings on the show from Facebook to YouTube to Twitter, Mike. So I really appreciate you being on the channel as long as we have. We've been going for a long time, and it's just gotten better and better. So I definitely appreciate you and the fans out there, or the Cowboys people, supporting Burgers and Blitzes like no other. Any last words, bro?
Nah, man. Love y'all. Appreciate everybody coming out, man. See y'all next Wednesday.
Appreciate y'all. Next Wednesdays, it goes down. For myself, Mike White, you know the song is getting ready to come up. We'll be talking to you soon. Burgers and Blitzes. You know how we do.
Peace.
Peace. And you know what's coming, because it's been nothing but how about them Cowboys. But we're going to bang that out, because you know how we do. We're going to bang it out like that. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat. I got a video that's dropping later with Mike McCarthy, and it has a couple things. We're talking about Kellen Moore and responsible play call. One of the reasons why we're not winning, we weren't going to win with him. So check that video out. I did. Now, it may buffer a little bit in the beginning, but it smooths itself out. So go check that video out. I'll be dropping it later on tonight. Go give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. But appreciate everybody who was in the building. Appreciate all the donations for the birthday. Shout out to myself, birthday coming up October 15th. Shout out Mackenzie, her birthday's on the 7th. And shout out Aaliyah, her birthday's on the 11th. So we Libra gang all up in here. So if you'd like to contribute to any of us, you can do it. And we appreciate it. So thank y'all. Love y'all. Trey, Boo Thing, the Lunatic. So many good people in here. Sis, my girl Sis, Tech Cowboys. Just so many people in here. Really appreciate y'all, man. Always love to support Benjamin Robinson. So many names. I love y'all so much. I love y'all for all y'all support. And I love how y'all just supported Big Game James and the channel. But let's go, Cowboys. Let's get this victory against these Cardinals. Let's do our damn thing. You know how we do. And I'll be talking to you soon. You know, Big Game James. I'm out. Peace. How about them Cowboys?
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
How about them Cowboys? Click clack pow boys. Make you say wow boys from the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Big game, first name James. He interviewed, he called the games. Silver blue, you know the name. From the Emmitt Smith to the Michael Irv. We beating skins, shooting birds. I see a bank and snatch it out his fur. Favorite team on the planet Earth. From Monday night to Sunday church. DJ putting in the work. I'm tuning in, no need to search. Through thick and thin and good and worse. Them Cowboys, click like pow boys. Make you say wow boys. From the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the goddamn, they did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click like pow boys. Make you say wow boys. From the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that silver and blue done did it again. Them Cowboys, click like pow boys. Make you say wow boys. From the QBs, DTs, LBs, and the Towel boys. You tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the team that win. Tuning in to the goddamn, they did it again. How about them Cowboys? Click like pow boys. Make you say wow boys. From the QBs, DTs,